Good evening, everyone. And this is Tuesday, April 25th, the year of 2023, and you are watching Survivor's Circle. Hi, Maria. How are you today? Enjoying a brisk summer day there in Kentucky?
Yeah, it got up to 68 degrees and the wind is
Mm,
not blowing, so it's perfect
okay.
at the moment.
Oh, it's ready to start snowing again here
Mm,
in Snow, Ohio. So
sorry.
yeah,
I think
that
ours is
that
going to be
that
rain.
that, that,
Yours
that
will be snow.
little tiny sliver of warm sunshine, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
And okay, back to normal. So our topic today is we're working on end of the world scenarios, all the ways the world will end, because it seems like everywhere you go these days, somebody has, oh my God, the sky is falling. It's a catastrophe. The end of time, the end of life as we know it. End
Hmm. Hmm.
of the world as we know it. I feel fine. Anyway, so we decided we could make a show out of that. We can keep it
Oh,
going.
yeah. And we can laugh about it too.
There is so much, you know.
Hmm.
There's so many things that are thrown at us as all the different ways that what's it going to be this week, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah, because like what we were talking about before, um, I think it was Saturday, Friday, I
okay,
believe I saw an article about we're going to have an end of the world solar storm on
oh
April
yes,
23rd, 2023.
that was day before yesterday that that
Hmm.
finally hit. Yes, yes,
Didn't
a
it didn't
G
wipe us out.
a G3. Oh my
Hmm.
God.
Hmm.
The one that I looked it up and they say that there's usually 100 of those in a solar cycle.
Yeah.
I didn't okay, so that's like one every 3 years or something like that. And I haven't noticed. I mean I've been around more than 3 years and I haven't noticed anything all that catastrophic. If it happened, I missed it, or I overslept and slept through it, or I don't know. But anyway, they got to have something. They got to keep pumping that. Got to keep pumping, man. Got to got to jazz up that junkie gene for the fear. So anyway, uh, Ufi, you cannot believe. Oops. The straight you did a wonderful job, Maria. You really did. That sounds so much nicer today.
We will see how it goes through the show. It
Yes,
may not
yes.
work, but anyway. No, I didn't do anything but burn sage.
Well, hey, whatever works, we'll go with it.
Yeah.
I used to not believe in that stuff, but I'm ready. I'm ready to take the oath.
Well, I still have what's left of it. So if we need to burn it, I'll burn it tonight. So
Okay. Uh, let me see. I've got so much here. I don't know where to start. So I guess I broke everything up into four main categories of catastrophes.
mhm.
The first one is astronomical. The second is like geological. The third one is human. And the fourth one is supernatural. And I've got an astronomical. I mean, the latest one in the astronomical is, oh my God, will it destroy the atmosphere if Betelgeuse explodes? Betelgeuse is a large red giant star that's, I think it's about 30 light years away from. No, 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 no. It's 700 light years away. If it goes, and it will sometime in the next 700 million years, it will become a supernova, and it will be a temporary second sun. It'll be entirely visible in daylight at this distance. And anytime there's any minor irregularity in that yellow giant, that red giant, everybody says, "Oh my God, is this the one? Did it explode? Did it explode 699 years ago and we're just now getting the message?" Well, that's how it works. It's a long way away. And anything that's a long way away in distance is also a long way away in time, because it takes time for the sun, for that light to get here. So, and the other thing about most of these astronomical things, there's not a thing we can do about it. Okay. Another observation that they've had about some stars, like the sun, can have, they like to throw a tantrum, like a little mini, like a mini nova. They become very bright and unstable, and then go back to normal. No one knows exactly why. It's just something that they have observed on rare occasions. So it could happen, maybe. We're not sure what makes it happen, or when it happens, or why. Certainly have no idea why it happens, but theoretically there is a possibility that could happen to the sun, and we would all be, well, maybe not in, it might not destroy all life on Earth, but it would not be a good time to be around. I guess the next one is if there happened to be a nearby supernova, and it was pointed at us the wrong way. If we were looking down the barrel of the gun, okay, it wouldn't have to be that near. It could be like 30,000 light years away, and it would still have an appreciable effect on our atmosphere. And it would also be a whole wave, a shock wave of that explosion of radioactive material falling out of the sky onto the surface of the Earth. It's happened before, but there's nothing you can do about it. It's a big galaxy. I think they're saying now like 200,000 stars in the Milky Way galaxy. And it's the last time that a relatively local star, went supernova was, oh gosh, the Crab, was what we now call the Crab Nebula. It's over 1,000 light years away. And we have taken astronomical pictures of that over the last 20 years. And they put them together and ran them like a movie. And you can actually see the cloud expanding over 20 years. It's like a very slow motion. It's like watching a firecracker go off in high speed slow motion. It's kind of interesting. Fortunately, it's like I said. Fortunately, it's quite far away, and it was visible in the daylight sky. I think it was 1036. Oh, wait. 1036. That was right after the last millennium. Okay. So let's go to the geological. Oh, almost forgot. comets and asteroids. We've got a big comet coming in. It'll get nowhere near the Earth this time around, and we'll never be around. We won't be around for the next one. I think it has an orbital period of something like 40,000 years, but very big. It won't come much closer to us than Jupiter, but still, it's big. It's really big. And if one of that size hit Earth, there wouldn't be much we could do about it. Of course, there are a lot of smaller ones. There could be tiny ones. It could have been what happened that ended the Ice Age in the Younger Dryas. A lot of scientists, reputable scientists, are turning the corner and saying, yeah, there's some pretty good evidence that something like this happened. We can't pinpoint it exactly, but there's some pretty good evidence that some kind of extraterrestrial object, whether it be a small asteroid or a comet, actually struck the ice cap at the very end of the Ice Age, and probably had a lot to do with the sudden end of the Ice Age. And that kind of covers my astronomical end. Any additions, comments?
You're on a roll, dude. Keep going.
Okay, I'm on a roll. Okay, oh my God. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good. My scroll. It stopped.
Have you froze?
It froze. Yes, my scroll of the chat froze. Okay, let's go to geological. Everybody talks about Yellowstone.
Yes.
If Yellowstone goes off like it did 700,000 years ago, we'd be in deep, ankle deep ash. We would be in a lot of trouble. We would be in a weather catastrophe, and it would just be really bad.
I'm going to find out when that movie. Remember when all of that was going on, and they made a big movie about it?
Yes. What was the name of that movie? What was the name of that movie?
Well, it was called Yellowstone, but I want to see what year it was.
Probably was yellow something. It had to be Yellowstone. But wasn't that a made for TV movie?
Yeah, they threw it all out there.
Yes. So that had to be, I'm guessing 1990s?
I think that's about right, or early 2000s. And of course, when you search for Yellowstone, the movie, the freaking series comes up now.
Yes.
So,
okay. I'll skip. I'm going to skip back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back
the other one that's pretty famous is Cumbre Vieja Island in the Canary Islands in just off the coast of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a 50-mile by 20-mile slice of the top of a mountain that could be poised to slide into the Atlantic Ocean, which would cause a mega tsunami that would pretty much clear out the entire Atlantic coast.
Mm-hmm.
It would probably wash entirely across Florida. It would, and everything up and down the coast from there. It's just it would be an absolute horrible catastrophe.
Mm-hmm.
Once it happened, it would be only a matter of hours before it hit. So if you were in, say, New York City, your chances of escaping it aren't particularly good. You know, it's not that you'd have to get so far. If you got probably, depending on the topography, anywhere from 10 to 50 miles inland, you'd be safe.
Mhm,
But traffic, you know,
mhm.
traffic would be a problem. Um, there's also the possibility, it's been talked of mega quakes in
2005. Sorry. Super
2005.
Super
Super
volcano
Bowl.
was the name of it.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Maria.
You're
Um, a mega quake. They're talking that they found a new fault in the Pacific Ocean off Oregon, and it's an active fault. So that one is being considered really high danger right now. And if that were to erupt, it could cause a great deal of problems with our Pacific coast. It would it would be a catastrophe of historic historic proportions in the entire Pacific region. Although there are archaeological records of there having been like 700-foot tall tsunamis that hit that coast. It hasn't happened for a long time, and but it's a possibility. All it's pretty much everything I've said so far. There's not a damn thing we can do about it, except don't be at ground zero. You know. Um, now I'm going to go to another side that's also Earth based. Biological. Smallpox came about by itself. The Black Plague came about by itself. Um, and surely there have been others that and there are other knowns that don't even have names. Uh, a more virulent uh, cousin of, say, the 1918 flu it could happen all by itself without any help by us. Uh, that would be a problem. If there were a great change in the chemistry, say, of the oceans because of volcanoes or due to change in the atmosphere, and the base biology, the phytoplankton, were disrupted, we'd be in deep trouble. And those, I don't know. That would cause an ecological crash, which there have been ecological crashes before. The last one was like something like the Permian extinction, which was 350 million years ago. So I'm not putting that high on the probability scale, but it is possible. Now I'm going to go to the stuff that we are could kind of have something to do with keeping it from happening, because we could cause it. Most of us here have spent our entire lives under the threat of nuclear war. Nuclear war, and we all know what that is. We all know what it could mean. The thought of actually surviving even a limited nuclear war, could it would be a tough time. It would be a very tough time. This one is kind of a personal anti-favorite of mine, and that is a biological creation. We have thousands of labs scattered all over the world, all of them trying to artificially create the next killer virus, just so they can protect us from it. There are some people who have theorized that it's a possibility that the COVID-19 also was a result of some of those experiments. I am of the was before COVID ever existed. I am now. I think this is too dangerous to do. Okay, it is all. I mean, it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous to do in a Class 5 laboratory. It's certainly too dangerous to do next door to a live market. That's all I've got to say about it. If you want to put one in Antarctica, I'll think about it. If you want to put that lab on the moon, I could be good with that. You know, don't put it. This is definitely to me. This is a not in my backyard. I don't. You know, it's senseless. You know, the things you don't experiment with explosives in the TNT shack. that's just all I've got to say about that. You know, you get it as far away as you can possibly do. Gray goo, nanobiology, nanorobotics. Okay, we're going to clean up we're going to make steel stronger. We're going to make everything better. We're going to be all these little nanobots that are going to jump around and pull everything back together. Okay, that is a really good idea in some fashions, but in its ultimate, the possibility of having, say, a nanobot that was made to mine gold. What if it decides it likes the fillings in your teeth? Or if it were to extract phosphorus. We've got plenty of phosphorus in our metabolism. Or from some particularly fragile part of the ecosphere that we know nothing about. You know? And even compounds we don't understand well enough to, yes, they could dump them in the ocean. They could dump gold mining nanobots in the ocean, and but what if it killed all the plankton? What if it killed all the fish? You know, it's the waves and repercussions from doing some of these things is something you've got to be really careful with. And I see no reason to think that we're going to be so that when we start working on this stuff in greater detail, it's going to be done responsibly. Responsibility seems to be a problem with a lot of things these days. Now we're going to talk about CERN, the conspiracy theorists' favorite spot on Earth. They're going to create the God. They're going to create the God particle. You know, yes. One of the things that they did say that was just barely within the realm of possibility is that they could create microscopic black holes. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. We don't know. Apparently, if they did, microscopic black holes don't last very long. They're there one moment and then they're gone. They dissipate, which is probably a good thing. If they didn't, and they were to create one in some relatively short period of time, they would be. It would actually absorb the entire planet Earth. And that is a scary thing. Let's go to, now we're going to go into the other side of things. And how about if evil aliens decide to take over the Earth because they want our water? Okay. I don't think that's a very good high possibility, because if they were looking at the solar system, there's like 100 times as much water in orbit around the planet Saturn as there will ever be on Earth. Okay, so they're not going to come for that. They'll come for something else. Tricky aliens want to replace us. And they're half-breed, they're hybrid doppelganger aliens from another world who want to take over our Earth. Just one person at a time. They're just going to replace. It's like, I don't know. It's almost like what was Day of the Triffids? Is that the one where they body snatchers? Yes, the body snatchers, where the plant sucks us up and turns us into a perfect doppelganger of ourselves. Which I'm still trying to get a grasp on how that benefits some other extraterrestrial somewhere. They'll turn us into exact copies of ourselves. Only we're okay. That makes good sense. The Great Reset. The absolute Great Reset. Assuming that this is all just, we're living in a simulated universe. This is all just a big simulation in some ultra mega supercomputer somewhere. Okay? And maybe we are. What if that ultra mega supercomputer owner says, this is getting boring, I'm just going to hit reset and start over? That would be the end of the stars would start winking out, and well, not with a bang, but a whimper. The return of the Anunnaki. Maybe they thought they had kind of left us in a stable configuration when they left 300,000 years ago or whenever they were supposedly here. And the word finally got out that we are approaching their capabilities. And they might not be pleased. But there's all kinds of, they'll be here soon. They're right around the corner. Okay. We'll handle. Okay. We've done it. We've finally done it. Whatever it is we've done, we've pissed God off. And see you next time. That's all I can say to that. So I've covered a lot of it. And I am convinced that you could dig through all the different scenarios and ending possibilities with for days. But I don't want to do it. So help us make sense of all this, Maria.
A lot of that stuff is, like you said, it's stuff we have no control over
Yes.
whatsoever, except for the virus,
Yep.
which
Yep.
they took straight from the lab and just said, "Here, be free."
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't as deadly as they thought it would be. It didn't wipe China out.
Well, if that's one thing that I will say, I really think this was an unintentional release. Okay. Of a failed weapon system. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't catastrophic. It was as bad as it was. It really wasn't catastrophic enough to be an effective combat weapon. Okay.
Not as the military.
Right. As
But-
a military weapon.
Correct.
As an economic weapon, maybe.
I think it was more population control.
I don't think it did that. I don't think. I mean,
I think they wanted it to. I think
so
they
you're saying
wanted it to, and it didn't.
3 years. Oh yes, 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
between the population within. Okay, we've had a net gain in population over the last, in spite of 3 million deaths. Okay, with 7 billion.
Just in the U.S.
Oh, or three, and even with the U.S.
No, I'm just saying.
Million,
Oh, 300 million. Sorry, I thought you said 3 million. Sorry.
I get that 3 million. I'm thinking that's the U.S. death toll was 3 million.
I don't even know if it was that high.
There's two ways. There's two figures too. There's the accepted.
And the bullshit.
These are for sure, and this is how many extra people died in the past 3 years that ordinarily would have died.
Because they were in a motorcycle wreck and they tested positive for COVID. So they died of COVID.
Yeah.
We'll never know the real count. And I don't think it was that.
Or they died of an unknown, or they starved, or they shot themselves, or they overdosed on drugs.
Had a heart attack.
Because or they stressed out, they had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
There are lots of things. Yes, it wouldn't have happened.
They were padding the numbers.
Yeah.
It was a failed experiment, is what it was.
Okay.
So
I hope they learned enough to know not to do it again.
Oh no, they've learned they've got to ramp it up. They've got to find something else now, because now we're not gonna fall into this bullshit lockdown crap. A pandemic's not going to work again. They're going to have to come up with something else, which could be
one of the things that they're apparently using to do it is clashing us one against the other.
That always works.
To the point where people aren't reproducing. The birth rate in Western countries is way down.
Oh yeah, but you wait until the next.
And that isn't due to disease. It's not due to starvation. It's a cultural war.
So what happened to all the COVID babies?
Oh, good question.
Mm-hmm. You haven't heard that count.
Well, that was being thrown out there in the early times I haven't seen any evidence of a COVID baby boom.
No, they're not talking about it. They're not talking about it. There's always a baby boom 9 months away from some type of natural catastrophe in a
Was
certain
there one?
area.
Okay. Was there one after the 1918 pandemic? The Spanish flu? I don't know. I've never
No, I
really thought
wouldn't
about
think I wouldn't think so because nobody was quarantined then.
that. Okay. Oh yeah.
People weren't quarantined.
It was nothing like a widespread, but
Right.
there were local quarantines.
And it may be then because and a lot of the natural catastrophes that happened in those areas, they'll have a baby boom.
Okay.
That's, there's been 2 or 3 ice storms
Oh,
and tornadoes and stuff like that in
okay.
this area
That,
where you
that's
don't
just
have,
that's just a nice night with nothing on TV and a warm fire.
yeah, with no power for about 2 to 3 weeks. So,
Right. Okay.
and there, and this is, I've got to say this because that thought ran through my head, but I can remember an ice storm back in 2000 something, early 2000s. And I was like, I can remember, I was like, this is the reason why there's a baby boom. Of course, I was fixed. I couldn't, I can't have any more kittens. But I was like, yeah, I could. There's no heat in the house, or you have very little.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could see why there'd have been a baby boom on things like that. But anyways, yeah, you lock. And of course, some of the places around here, the big cities locked people up for 2 months. Wouldn't even let them go outside.
I know.
And that
Wait a minute.
blows my
We have to
mind.
call Alan.
No.
Alan, I think they had a baby.
I'm sure they did. But I'm just saying, I can't imagine living somewhere that they told me I couldn't even go outside.
Yeah.
Could not go outside. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you not know where we live? But people were stupid enough to follow the orders. That's all I'm saying. If you're stupid enough to follow stuff like that, and then, of course, all of the harassment that followed after that, I mean, people walking up to other people in the grocery stores screaming at them because they didn't have a mask on, or
yeah.
I mean, come on. And now it's starting to come out a whole lot more stuff. It's starting. But anyway. Okay, I can hear that. I don't know if everybody else can. Was that something Andy sent or
Yeah,
Bobby?
I'm sorry. I had to check it out quick. I'm going to do a share screen for that one. That's pretty good. Oh,
but they can't hear it with your Bluetooth on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they can't hear it. I could hear the sound because we're StreamYarding. Let me find it. I know. I'm sure Andy sent it to me.
So it's Bobby. That was from Bobby.
Was it from Bobby? Okay, I'll go to Bobby's.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotcha. That was from TikTok. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I see. I was
did
going
you hear that?
I forgot. Do I hear it? Oh.
No.
Well,
Well, it's like I'm trying to stop it before it starts playing.
Okay.
All right. Now, hang on, Bobby. Share screen. And hopefully you can hear it.
I didn't hear it.
Okay. Yeah. I can share the screen, but I can't get the audio to share.
We got to work on that. We'll put that on it. We run into this before.
On a to-do list.
It's on the to-do list that got kind of shuffled over and lost in the paperwork. So we
Mhm.
will work on it later. Let's see. Back to another thing that we were all these end time fevers,
Mhm.
kind of like Heaven's Gate. That the mothership is hiding behind a comet, and they're there to beam us up. So we've got to get ready, and they're
Mhm.
just sad story.
Mhm.
Anybody remember 2012, the end of the Mayan calendar?
God, they never shut up about
Oh
that.
my God, what could happen? Oh my God, the sky is going to open up. It didn't any. I never heard anybody make any great claims,
Mhm.
but it was just, ooh, this was the beginning of the new age. Pretty much it,
December 21st, 2012 was the
2012.
Mayan calendar thing.
Yes, indeed.
Mhm.
Uh, I guess that one just went away, just like the Millerites.
Mhm.
That was one of the first American apocalypse.
Mhm.
Jesus is coming on October 12th,
Mhm.
1844. And so sell all your stuff and
Mhm.
gather together, and we'll be the first ones picked up. Uh, they actually changed the date a couple of times
Mhm.
before it kind of totally, completely fizzled out. Uh, but that's a famous one.
But Jay's right. Hollywood made a lot of money because there was a movie that came out and it was called 2012.
There were at least a couple of those.
Well, I remember the one with 2012 because it had John
Yeah.
Cusack in it.
Was
And
that the one
I
where
thought,
they had the escape ships in the Himalayas?
mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
But I thought
Oh
it
yeah.
was funny. They kept showing, so they were in an airplane and they were escaping everything, and it was showing the earth and the ocean coming together and being swallowed up. And I was like,
Where the hell are you going to
so
land? Yeah.
how are the arc thingies going to work if
Yeah.
it's all coming together and it's all wiping out? So, but anyways, but that was the best part because Woody Harrelson was in it and he was the crazy guy that was up in Yellowstone Park and he kept talking about the end of the earth and what was going on, and the military had taken over Yellowstone because of all of the huge things that had happened to that area, and they had not let tourists go to these popular sites because they were all drying up or disappearing. So yes, Hollywood made a lot of moolah
Yes.
over all of that.
The one preacher that I can think of that was in the millennial apocalypse bunch coming up on the year 2000 was
Hmm.
Al Lindsay.
Okay.
He had dozens of books
Hmm.
all about. Let's see, one of those was late great planet Earth, the final chapter, and on and on and on and on. A whole series of books for children and everything. It was, yeah, Jesus is coming, and if you do what I tell you to and buy my
Oh
book, you'll
yes,
be saved. Buy my
that's
book, you'll
right.
be saved. Yes, okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, in 1999, before the 2000 millennium, an entire religious group known as the Concerned Christians were deported from Israel. I had forgotten about this. The Israeli government rounded them up
Hmm.
and said, "Go home. Don't come back."
Mm, that's right.
Because they were saying, we're here to bring back the red calf, the
Hmm.
perfect red calf. We're here.
Yeah.
We are here to
Hmm.
do all that we can do to fulfill the prophecies,
Mm-hmm.
to open the path for Jesus to return. We didn't care, and we don't care who gets in our way.
Right.
So they
You know,
said,
and there was a good movie that had that in there, and they were talking about the red
yeah.
calf. So,
Was
but I don't.
that the one with
Excuse me.
Schwarzenegger in it?
Who?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I
Arnold.
know this
He did
one.
one that was kind of
I
okay.
think this was one that was kind of off the wall type thing. It had to do with the Dybbuk box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it had to do with the Dybbuk box, which makes sense because Jewish
And this is
faith and all
something
that.
that I found out. I talked about millennial fever, right?
Mhm.
And I said that there had been one at the end of the first millennium, back in the
Mhm.
year 1000. The Pope in Rome
Mhm.
announced that with the millennium, Jesus was coming back. That had to be disruptive in a certain fashion, especially a few years later. I'll have to go back and look through history and see who he was and what happened to him. Yes, that was a pope that was probably not memorialized greatly.
Mhm.
Uh, Then there are just the total end time crazy people,
Mhm.
as let's go as remembering Waco, Texas, and remembering Jonestown, and
Mhm.
the Kool-Aid party that they had there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much. I've run out of notes. And the whole thing is the main thing I want to say is don't pay attention to
Mhm.
99% of this stuff, because there's not a single thing that you can do about 99% of it.
Mhm.
Be happy. Play with your children. Love your grandchildren. Uh, pet your pets. Enjoy your life. And be nice to one another.
Mhm.
And we'll get through. No matter, and that with those things in our heart,
Mhm.
we'll get through this thing. Because nobody said any of this shit's going to be easy. Some of
Nobody
it's going
said.
to happen, and there are going to be 1,000 other little slings and arrows through the rest of our lives, and we're going to hear about every damn one of them.
Mhm.
But try to be happy anyway. Treat the people you have contact with love and respect, and we'll get through this okay.
Well, and the best part of the one thing about it, we're not getting out of this alive.
Yes, yes.
It doesn't
Always
matter
remember.
if it's the end of the world or not. We ain't leaving here alive. So,
Yep. There's only one exit.
mhm. That's about right. So, and that's the thing too. It's like you can do all of the things that you're told to do as far as health wise, doctors things. I mean, don't smoke, don't
Oh God.
drink, eat a
And you get hit
perfect
by, and
this.
you get hit by a bus.
No, no, no. No, no, no. You fall over dead of a heart attack anyway.
Yes. Right. Well,
And it's
you should still do most of the things that you're supposed to do,
well,
but
everything in
it
moderation
ain't
is
gonna
great.
but just remember you're not it's a human condition and you're not immune.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, it's going to happen. I don't know. It's just going to happen, and it's not going to be the way that we want it to be. Or, I mean, the perfect thing is to die and not know you've died. But what chaos does that cause on the other side? Who knows?
You would know more about those lost people than I would.
Well, I try to block that shit out.
Okay.
I know a little bit more than
Oh,
I like to discuss.
You just do that when you're wearing your other hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I do it this way.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's definite. I haven't worn my paranormal hat in a long time. But it sneaks
Mhm.
up on me sometimes, whether I've got it
It,
or not.
you're going to be dusting it off pretty soon here. I think.
Julie made me dust it off not just the other day, and I was
Oh yeah.
like,
Yeah.
good Lord. So yeah, therefore Julie's here and I've got this going. So, and nothing towards Julie, nothing at all.
No,
Julie's a
yeah.
sweetheart. I love her to death.
Mm.
But I'm doing this for you, girl. So anyway. No, it's okay, Julie. It's kind of one of those things where I gotta get back into the swing of things. And I just haven't. Yeah. hmm So it's just one of those things. Oh, yeah. Oh, Papa said no, he dies and finds a way to take it with you. Yeah, there you go. He who finds a way to take it with you wins. Yeah. Well, you let me know, Papa, how that happens. Because if that happens, there's going to be a great big ass sinkhole about 70 acres worth right around here. Take it
Okay.
with me.
Or
Take it with me.
yeah.
I'll take it with me. But some of the stuff that I had looked up here, I think you kind of covered, especially with CERN and the black
Okay.
hole.
Well, do you remember when they had the like dedication ceremony in the middle of the night at CERN?
No, I didn't
Oh,
pay
you didn't
attention
see
to that
that one?
stupid shit. No,
Oh,
I didn't pay
that was
attention.
crazy. That was crazy.
No, I didn't listen to that
I
stuff.
think I kept thinking these freaking physics nerds are
They're
just
stupid.
doing this to prank people.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe
Maybe.
or maybe
Because the funny part about it
maybe they
was
thought it was a prank. Yeah.
there was a lot of them that were going, it's like this could happen. We don't think it's going to, but what if it does? We don't know, but it could happen. So they were questioning themselves. I mean, something was gnawing
Oh
at
yeah.
them.
Sure.
I think it was funny about that. Um,
Uh,
what was it?
I
Oh,
have not discussed interdimensional invasions. Go ahead.
well, it
Take
wasn't
that.
talking about that, but I mean, and it says something about alien invasions, but it was like for some reason, there for a while, they were talking about our planet losing its way in space. Like it's
Okay.
gonna get knocked off or lose its tilt. And I've heard for years, I have heard nothing about. I never heard about this stuff, but just here recently, probably the
Okay.
last 10 years, they keep talking about our polar or magnetic north shifting.
Okay.
And what's going to happen when it does? And they keep saying, "Oh, well, it's shifted. It's no longer here. And now it's like in Siberia."
Okay.
Bullshit. The same coordinates that I've got for our magnetic north is, I mean, it's just, it's,
No, the magnetic field, which is
hmm,
an ephemeral magnetic field that surrounds the entire, has moved just a little bit.
hmm,
Okay,
it
and
always
it has,
does.
yes, and it has. If it moves, it's not
It goes back
exactly.
and
It's
forth.
it's
Right.
never been exactly over the North Pole.
Mm-mm.
It's a little bit offset, and it moves a little bit every year.
Yeah.
In a few,
But
very few, maybe half a dozen cases. Okay,
hmm,
when they're putting the numbers on runways.
hmm,
Okay,
hmm,
when you look down at your instruments, the nearest 10 degrees is what you should look at when you were lined up for that runway.
right.
It's a technological thing.
Hmm,
The actual compass reading of that runway might be 247.
hmm,
Okay, and now it used to, and it was called 240 runway 245.
right.
It moved 1 degree. Now it's called 248.
Hmm,
That's it moved a half a degree.
hmm, hmm,
The magnetic deviation of that runway moved a half a degree over. Might have been there for almost 100 years.
right.
So no big deal. But
It's not.
oh, did you ever watch? Do you remember Space 1999? That was they had the neat little rockets that they could take off from the moon and go. They were out. It was the scenario was they decided that they were going to put all the nuclear waste on the moon,
Hmm,
and somebody set it off, and it blew the moon out of orbit, and it was lost going somewhere all over the universe. Okay,
oh, okay.
okay, that was I guess that
Remember
would
that.
that be the thing like the Earth got lost would be
Mm,
kind of like that,
okay.
but pink hair, yes. Nope, that was an even earlier one.
Hmm.
I remember those they were pretty hot.
That's what Charles remembers. He doesn't remember anything else about it.
Hey, I was a kid back then. Yeah. Oh God. Oh
But yeah, no, the alien invasion, and I'm trying to remember the Project Bluebeam. That was the name of it. And that was where we were supposed to believe that we were being invaded by aliens.
okay. Yes.
Now, it's not necessarily marked as
I'm gonna jump.
2023.
I'm gonna jump over here just for a second for you, Fee. There we go.
Mhm. Oh, now they look a little bit more purple than pink.
Oh, that's it. I missed. There we go. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was in early '60s, I think.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. So back to you.
Hmm. Oh, yeah. No, Project Bluebeam has been talked about for many years. Now, I don't remember what year that actually came out,
Well,
but I thought it
when
was
was it
funny.
when it was it? I think it was talked about actually before it came out that Werner von Braun had announced it,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
but
And it's,
I think it had been talked about as a possibility even before that.
oh, yeah, way before that. and before the chariots of fire and all that good stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, and that's still out there, and they've got it listed as a 2023 thing, but I've never heard a year that this is supposedly supposed to have happened. So I think that's
Okay.
kind of, yeah, I think that's a leap in the journalism, try to get clickbait type
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, and there is so much of that lately, and it is clickbait. Oh my God. You know?
well, and then here's another thing, like we were talking about the perfect storm. Another
Mhm.
prophecy you might come across wants us to believe that a massive solar storm will destroy the Earth's magnetosphere, exposing us to the enough space radiation that would end civilization as we know it. Which, and then I don't know when this.
Oh,
I don't remember
I
when
forgot
this.
to bring up. I forgot to bring
Oh,
up the Carrington event.
yes, yeah.
Was it that 1844?
It was 18 something. I know we looked at it the other night.
I
But what
know.
I find is funny is that this article was published in December of 2022. So it lists all the shit that we need, all the bullshit we need to look for in the media that's coming up for the next year. And that's the solar thing that was supposed to happen Sunday. We had a storm, but we didn't have anything that's going to wipe out Earth.
Mhm.
The alien invasion. And
Mhm.
it doesn't mention Project Bluebeam, but that's what always comes to my mind when they talk about an alien invasion.
Mhm. The Carrington event was 1859. Right
Okay.
on the morning of the Civil War, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Hey, Lorraine.
the rain.
Yes, 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 yes. So, okay. So, and then what was the other thing that, it's a nuclear climate, alien space radiation disaster.
Okay. Oh, the alien are the aliens going to heat us up or cool us down? That's what I want
Well,
to know.
it's our home
I
planet.
don't know how to wear short sleeves or get out a sweatshirt.
Kind of thinking we just need to go underground and say to hell with it. But
There you go. There you
it
go.
just it's talking about as our home planet drifting aimlessly through deep space with a faltering magnetic shield and rapidly collapsing global climate. Got to throw all that stupid shit in there.
Mhm.
Facing nuclear fallout and an unprecedented solar tsunami, all the while crawling with killing machines from outer space.
What a
This is
cheerful
the stuff
what
people believe.
what a cheerful bunch of
Yeah,
people.
exactly. Yeah. And the funny thing about it is we're in our solar minimum and
Yes.
we had this happen.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I think that's funny. We're in a solar minimum and then they put this stuff in here about a solar magnetic storm that hits.
Mhm.
Um oh, and here's one. Camping. Um Camping in the rapture. This is
Oh,
where that man, Harold Camping, kept saying the
okay.
world was going to end October 21st, 2011. And then
Okay.
he came back
Oh,
on
you're right. I forgot about him.
the air and he was like, "Oh, I got the date wrong.
I think
Sorry."
I made a mathematical mistake in my calendar thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Okay.
he died like what, a few years after that. So his did end. He
Yes. Yeah.
calculated his
He
end
was right.
wrong.
His was right. So,
Yeah. So, um but anyway, so the black hole from Geneva with
mhm.
CERN, that was part of this. But see, I didn't hear anything about the little microscopic black holes.
Oh yeah,
I just kept hearing about a black hole.
they weren't going to create one that instantly sucked in Geneva. You know, they're just just a teeny tiny little one. You know, teeny tiny baby one that would just suck in a few atoms at a time and just get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, and then who knows? Yeah.
Well, it just sucked us all into it. Okay, so the Y2K crap.
Oh yes. The computer crash that was going to destroy civilization.
Well, and it was more, it was going to just, people took it that way, but it was more that it was just going to wipe out all of our economic. I mean, you're going to lose everything. We're going to go back to the Stone Ages.
Records, back to the ledgers.
Yeah, we're all still going to be here, but your life's going to be hell until then. We're still going to have electricity. You're still going to have a job, but you ain't going to have another damn thing other than that. Okay. Oh, and the Mayan calendar. December 21st, 2012. And it didn't really have much to say about that other than faced with the wealth of alarmist information available on the World Wide Web, even NASA was compelled to publish an information page about why the world would not end.
Oh, who's going to believe them?
Yeah. Well, they're believing the damn media, which is our government.
Wait, gotta believe something, you know?
Yeah. Gotta have something to believe in.
That's true.
Nostradamus and the King of Terror.
Oh, yes.
So, but and what this was saying was,
well, didn't they say it was Saddam Hussein at one time? That was a mix up the letters for Saddam Hussein.
God, I didn't read it. I'm glad I didn't see that shit.
That stuff was so crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed that. But it was okay, so Austrian geologist and Nostradamus buff Alexander Tolman decided to play it safe by setting it out in a self-built bunker in Austria. He was convinced that the apocalypse was to come early in August, a fear that the constellation by the total solar eclipse of August 11, 1999. Didn't happen.
I remember something about somewhere in Russia that they were digging some family out of a cave where they'd been for like 6 months waiting for the end times to happen.
Yeah. It never freaking happened.
Oh my God. Yeah. 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 Okay. What do you mean it didn't happen?
Look here. Duff thinks she's Alex Jones. Oh, you're stupid. At least I got my sage burning still. Anyway, the Great Flood and the Flying.
Alexa.
Yeah, exactly. The Great Flood and the Flying Saucer. Ooh. Chicago housewife Dorothy Martin claimed to have received a message from planet Clarion. In the early 1950s, the world would end in a great flood before dawn, December 1st, 1954. Martin and a group of followers were convinced a flying saucer would rescue the true believers before the inevitable destruction of Earth. The belief that was so strong that some broke completely with their previous lives, quit their jobs, leaving their spouses, and giving away their money and their possessions.
Who did they give their money to?
I don't know, but I want to find the next cult that's coming up because I'm going to be going, all right, give me your shit. Y'all don't need it.
I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of it.
No problem.
I'll keep it here. Yeah.
I will accept the moral sinful responsibility
Yep.
of holding this for you.
Gluttony, greed, sin,
Of, of,
vanity,
remo-
all that good
of
stuff.
removing this weight
Mhm.
from your soul. Yes.
Going to take your burden away from you. Mhm. Happily. So here is Hans von Forster, that in the 1960 Science article, this scientist predicted a date for the end of humanity due to overpopulation. And that's going to happen November 13th, 2026.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that baby boom you were saying, maybe it really happened. It's just,
I don't know. We got to figure. Okay.
you know?
So there is something that's going on with 2025.
There's a delay thing going on.
There's something that's going on with 2025. We've
Other than
discussed this.
Other than the Great Eclipse.
That's in 24.
Oh, you're right. You're right. No, that's 24.
Something is supposed to happen in 25 that, what was that? God, I'd have to look it up again. It's going to take the world population down from way up here to way down here.
Oh, yes. I remember that. Yeah.
And I found that years ago. I'm talking like 2014, 15, something like that.
Yeah.
I'd have to look this up because I was like, I found this and I'm going to save this because I just want to see. Hopefully I'm still alive at that time. But anyway, you never know. March 30th, 2016 was when I finally took a snapshot of it, but I had been looking at this a whole lot before that. But they were talking about the population what was it? It would go from 7.1 billion to 319 million. And I remember several years ago, this came back up on the internet again. And I was really glad that I had.
Might have had something to do with this.
I was glad I had taken a snapshot of this way back then, because when it came back up again, the website of this place had completely changed and everything had changed.
Why did that do that?
Because it doesn't like you.
I guess.
Oh, I'm looking at the great divide between Kentucky and Missouri.
Why isn't it sharing this? Share this tab instead. Excuse me. There we go.
See it now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now
that was supposedly from a top secret Navy map. The rising of Atlantis.
Mm-hmm.
Atlantis coming back up, and the New Madrid Fault. Let's go and opens up the seaway all the way to the Great Lakes, and California slides into the Pacific Ocean.
So you could actually have oceanfront property in Paducah, Kentucky.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah. And the way it looks, Memphis, Tennessee is gone, which is probably exactly what needs to happen there. But is this because of an earthquake, or
that was the Great Earth Changes kind of thing?
The global warming bullshit that they've come up with.
Not just the global warming, but just that was bad. This was way back before that. They were saying, what happened at the Great Earth Changes, and then this map ended up getting picked up by the Navy and made top secret.
I wish I had my third grade history book or science book.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I'd been able to keep that, because I can remember it showing in the 1990 whatever Florida was gone. Texas was gone. Part of the East Coast was gone. Most of the West Coast was gone. It wasn't that far in though.
No,
It didn't
no.
take away the Rockies. But it was talking about global warming bullshit back then, and I'm like, hello, here we are. We still have Florida. We still got the Keys. We still got We still got Cuba.
Yep.
Nothing's gone. So, and that's the thing. That's what I wish we could keep. We could keep that in our hands. And when they start preaching all this crap, it's like, okay, look, when I was your age, this is the bullshit they were shoving down our throats.
Yes. Yes.
And it's bullshit. Every bit of it's bullshit.
Yep.
We can have 1 or 2 good volcanic eruptions, huge.
Yep.
And it would put us into a nuclear winter. And guess what?
Well, yes.
They'd be wishing we had global warming to,
People
get
don't
rid of
remember. People don't remember the big ones back in the Mount St. Helens.
I remember that.
And Pinatubo.
Mm-hmm.
Pinatubo in the Philippines, which gave us some really, or they say might have been a cause for some really, really cold winters. So.
Oh yeah.
Hello, sulfur dioxide. The air.
But yeah, that's.
Yes.
I mean, they want to talk about. I never will forget. Got cows all out here in this field, and Obama comes in office and he's talking about taxing farmers because their cows fart. Are you kidding me? How many vegans do we have on this fucking planet? And you're going to talk about damn cows.
Yes. Don't eat a cow. Eat bamboo sprouts.
Yeah.
That way the cows won't fart. You will.
It's like, don't even go there with me. Come on. But stupid people listen to this stuff.
Yes.
And that's what gets on my nerves. But that's why all the apocalyptic stuff comes up and people like hold on to it and lose their minds. I mean, I can remember the Y2K thing, and I'm like, people are really this dumb.
Freaking out. Yes.
They are this dumb. And so there's your operation, what is it?
Bluebeam?
Mockingbird.
Ah, yes. See, I see it's catching. You're linking. You're starting to link. All these things. We put this map up on the wall, and we put the little pins out, and we're running the red strings from one to the other.
So now Duff thinks she's Alex Jones, but anyways, yeah.
Columbo, damn it.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes and Columbo here. After a while, when you start looking at a lot of this stuff, you start to hear the same names over and over and over again. And you say, who the hell are these people? Where the hell did these people come from that they're involved in all this shit? You know?
And how are they still alive?
Exactly.
How does this still happen? Yeah. And JFK Jr. was killed. So, but anyway.
Well, okay. Well, maybe not. According to some, he was in Dallas 2 months ago. He just wasn't ready to come out in the public yet.
Yeah, on his motorized wheelchair.
God, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's okay. People still think Elvis is alive, and I'm like, my God, he'd be 100 and something. But anyway,
yeah,
I'm kidding. He wouldn't be, but he's still.
Well, he'd be older than me, damn it.
He'd be way older than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, and that's the thing that gets me. Just how everybody wants that gloom and doom. Everybody wants that bad news.
Sure.
Everybody wants the and I'm guilty of it because it's like our little TV station that we have here in Bowling Green.
Mhm.
Now we're big enough to have two,
Ooh.
but it's like it's all sunshine and rainbows. Why are you
Oh my.
not talking about the three homeless guys that like beat the shit out of each other and died on the corner?
Mhm.
You know, I mean, it's like, don't act like this city is perfect because Bowling Green is a wreck.
What was
That's
who
why
was the
everybody's leaving there in droves. That's
who
why
was
they're
the
coming up
NPR
Irish.
guy that had the little mythical town in Minnesota that he always talked about? Can't remember. Oh my God. Mm.
Is this an
Yeah.
author?
He was on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can certainly hear his voice. Hmm.
That's not
Can't
helping
remember.
us, Charles. We can't hear your
I
voice
know.
inside
I
your head.
know.
Thankfully. There's
Probably
probably a lot of things we don't want to hear.
roar. The roar and the rattle.
Yeah, the roar. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Definitely the roar. But yeah, I don't know. I think I need to keep burning my sage. I think I need to turn it back on, light it back up. But yeah, gloom and doom is everything
Garrison
everybody looks
Keeler.
for. Who?
Garrison Keeler.
I don't know that name.
Okay.
But yeah. Here you go, Lorraine. This is the best I can do for you, sister.
Is that environmentally safe?
In the county I live in, it is.
Oh, the EPA approved? No.
Yeah. I just have to deal with the forestry department, and that's probably 5 miles away from me. But as long as the smoke's not going that way, we're good.
You know what Julie said there, just there.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree. I think a lot of our tendency to fail to cooperate is a culture. I think it's a cultural thing. I don't think it's built. Yes, it is. It is programmed into us, but it's a modern cultural thing. Because otherwise, my God, we'd still be living in the Stone Age. You know, we generally have learned to try to cooperate, or to at least put up with one another. You know.
It's all good, Julie. Don't worry about it, sister. You're good.
Oh my.
It's not just you. No, I don't know. I kind of think what she's talking about. We're just scared to get ramped up. I mean, it doesn't take much to whip up a riot.
Danger attracts our attention.
Mm-hmm.
If you make it, if you can scare me, you'll get my attention.
Yeah.
Oh, amusement park rides. Why do people get on the second time? Because they get off on the adrenaline, that excitement. You know, they get addicted to the excitement, and that's unfortunately that's the way we are.
Mm-hmm.
But we can resist it if we try.
Wait a minute, Andy sent me something, and I got to share this.
Oh, cautiously. I'm looking up. Nope. Hmm. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, huh? What is that a registered weapon?
Could be.
Or that's a permit for concealed carry. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, when we make first contact
Mhm.
with aliens.
God, that
Mhm.
yeah. Mm-mm.
This one's bad. This one's real bad.
Ah. Oh, I, yeah, that was a good
That is a good one. It's a very good one.
one.
But anyway.
I think you're right. I think you're right,
Right.
Julie.
So Julie says, well, this was done a long time ago with the fear of God, and the state or royalty were married to the church. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
the God Kings, the era of the God Kings.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, yeah. So, but
I
it's
do
interesting.
the react or not. Yeah, I think
Yeah, it
that's
is your
I think
choice.
that's something that is something that Americans are uniquely capable of doing.
I don't think it's
Saying
just us.
fuck off. Saying fuck off. you know? Uh, I I'm not a world traveler,
I mean, it.
but I think we're just about as hard to get along with that way.
Mm,
We don't like authority. We definitely do not
uh-uh.
like authority.
But yet, look how many of us conform to their shit.
No,
We don't like it, but you got to look at all
it's
the
like
states.
it's like the yeast in the bread. You know, it only takes a small amount to make the difference.
Hmm. 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 But
I
yeah.
like to think I like to think I'm doing my part.
Well, I mean, I've said and watched many of an arguments over face masks and you should be vaccinated or you shouldn't be vaccinated, and they made it mandatory for some places and people to do this stuff, and it was that's not us, but yet what did a lot of people do? They lined up and got this shit that doesn't work. It didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't keep you from being any sicker at all because there were so many people that didn't even have it.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, Julie, I'm all for that. Bring your sage. I got a few more sticks in there. I bought off of AJ not too long ago.
Ooh, quality stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. If I'm gonna buy anything like that, I'm gonna get it off of AJ for sure.
Mhm. Let me see. Well, I'd like to think it's coming up on 8 o'clock. This show just seemed like it flew by for me.
Oh yeah, we had fun.
You know, and I think I was like I said I was kind of worried about this topic. How we were going
Really?
to yeah, because it's kind of dark, but
Oh.
we have shown on the lights shown the lights on it
Mm.
and caused the cockroaches to scurry back to their little holes for one more day. You know,
Well,
and I think that was good enough.
I kind of think our purpose, my purpose for doing this, was to show how full of shit everybody in the world is.
Oh,
And I'm
I
sorry, and Ron's going to hate me for saying this, but this is the Bible included. It has this is what's led a lot of that stuff, the doom and gloom and
Mhm.
the rapture's coming but you're not going to know. So that's what's
Yeah.
happened all these
So
years.
maintain a state of constant fear because it could happen at any moment.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
Oh,
it's like if an asteroid comes and wipes us out tomorrow,
that's
we're
okay.
not going to know because
I'm going to
NASA
I'm
missed it.
going to say,
Who
I'm going to
cares?
say, I had a good run. I'm okay.
No, you're not going to say anything because you're going to be
Well,
dead
yeah.
and you're not going to
Well,
know.
that's I may still be around. I may still be watching the giant mushroom cloud form over the earth, and I'll be saying,
Oh,
that
so
was
like if it
cool.
hits on the other
I'll
side of the earth.
I'll be floating up there saying, "Hey, that was cool."
So like if it hits on the other side of the earth and you're
Yeah.
watching it live on CNN and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that was cool.
sorry. I'm going to run home and grab my bourbon and just start chugging
Oh,
because I'm not going to die of alcohol poisoning.
yeah. Sure. You know? Oh, I
Anyway.
don't. If I
Oh, look at Charles. He's like,
what are the things I would do if I had half an hour?
oh, half an hour.
Whew.
How quick can you find that drug dealer on the corner, Charles? Just saying.
I don't think I would do that. I don't think
No.
that would appeal to me at all.
No, but a
Uh,
lot of people would not want to know, would not want to be in reality when it hits. I'm just saying.
yeah, I don't. I wouldn't grab a camera.
No. Yeah, that's not going to do you any good. That's for sure.
Uh, hmm.
I wonder how long the line would be at Mammoth Cave.
Ooh, it'd probably be a bit crowded.
I'd say it would be.
I mean, I think that'd be great. People uh, delivering themselves to the proper facility ahead of time. Okay,
Well,
good
it's
enough.
like go to Mammoth Cave and get into a dome and find all the reptilians down there and become food.
Ooh,
Your
ooh.
choice.
Hmm.
I have no proof of that. I'm just saying it. It's funny. It's a rumor. I have no clue.
Oh yeah. Such
But you
rumors.
got 400 miles of caves up underneath here. So, and I know there's part of it's right up underneath where I am. So,
Mhm.
if the mothership comes up, we'll find out. Yeah.
As the little reptilians claw their way up,
Yeah. When they
like
figure out
like dig dug.
oh, that was a fun game. That was a fun game.
Yes.
But okay, so
Oh,
that's going to be your first clue. When the Earth is going to be annihilated, you'll see the
mhm.
great exodus of all the aliens leaving the
There you
planet.
go. Okay, we're out of here. We didn't
We're
sign
done.
up yet. We're gone.
That's right. That's exactly
Oh,
what's going to happen. They're going to be gone.
very much. Come here.
And then
Come here.
all of these
Come here, Star.
abductees are going to be pissed
Come here,
off because they didn't take them with them.
Star. Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
baby. Max. There's sweet Max.
Yes, you're the star. You're the star today.
Yeah, and I see I've got another one down here poking at me wanting to get up in my lap. So oh, it's like Julie said, see? Reverse rapture. So but yeah, I think we did good tonight, Charles. What does
Okay.
Jay want? He bailed on the show, but he's texting you. So what does he want?
Oh no, this is some other people I talked to today.
Hmm. Gotcha.
I forgot. I forgot what the conversation. I forgot what the first part of the conversation was. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
god.
was like 12 hours ago. So
Yeah, yeah. Any of the fans that are on Rumble, I think I'm going to start looking at sharing this program on Rumble too.
Oh, okay. That'd be great.
So we may be trying. We may be moving over there also.
I've kind of noticed that Rumble does better than YouTube as far as video and audio.
Bill's feeds have been very good from there.
Very good from there.
And
Yeah.
Mark Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Antonio is also moving Sky Tour over there.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey,
Check it out.
We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been a number of people who have run into great problems with YouTube, and they have been summarily kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the unfairness of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Rumble's going to be any better, but at least they're not doing that.
Yeah, they have been so far. Julie's asking about Rumble page. It's a website exactly like YouTube, except it's called Rumble, and they don't smack your hand for saying certain phrases like the pandemic that happened. They don't smack you for that. They don't smack you for talking about religion. They don't hit you.
So
anything.
We will look, Julie.
Facebook is censoring comments now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people are going to Twitter and Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting out of this censoring thing, and but what they do look at is if there's pornography, pedophilia. If somebody's doing, like, if I'm saying I'm gonna kill somebody or something like that, they do interfere with that.
So there is a reasonable censorship.
There's a reason. Yes.
Responsible. Yes. No problem.
Anything that the cops would be involved in is what they get in. They censor.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they'll get rid of that.
I've found a few good sites over there. I just joined up myself, and
Ron's got Rumble now. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. So the migration begins.
Yeah. Oh, Julie, Charles doesn't. We don't go over to Facebook doing live. You don't have a SurvivorCircle Facebook page, correct?
No, I do not.
It's just your personal Charles Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I haven't migrated this over. I don't like having the audience in 10 different places, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want all my friends in the same chat room so they can yell at each other.
Yeah, we can all have a good time. Well, and it's like here when on YouTube, when you search for it, it's SurvivorCircle 9099.
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to do the same thing on Rumble? Probably.
It's already there. I've already got a SurvivorCircle account over there.
Well, you can see how well I'm up to date. Well.
So.
Okay.
Bingo. We will do.
I've got an account, but I don't stream to. I don't do anything with it. I've got YouTube. But I don't stream. I don't have any videos out there that I publish.
I think I have one video on my YouTube channel of me trying to throw an oddle.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun for sure.
But so we can,
But Charles, we've done better than weeks. We've had topics. We've actually talked about shit.
I know.
What's wrong with us?
I've seen worse. I've seen worse. I've watched worse. Yes.
Yeah.
And gone back and listened to them again. So, there. What more can you ask for?
Exactly.
It's all in what you. Our greatest intent here is to have fun, enlighten a little bit, and lighten things up.
Yeah.
As long as we can do that, we leave with a smile on our face and our heart a little bit lighter than when we started. Then it's absolute success.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just keep saying, man, I'm bringing Dean Martin back.
Oh, God. One of these days. Days.
Oh, man, we need some Rat Pack.
Whew.
Those guys had fun.
I'm not allowed to smoke anymore. And I gave up drinking a long time ago. I don't know. That's right.
I hate it for you. I'm just saying. Yep. When I die, they're gonna have a rock glass and a pack of cigarettes and a bottle of bourbon. That's all I need.
I'll have to get a box of donuts.
But I want my tomb built back here. I want it to be a pyramid, and I want Godzilla, a fire-breathing Godzilla, presiding over it.
Yes.
I'm just putting that out there.
No Sphinx.
Nope.
You want Mecha Godzilla.
Exactly.
Yes. As a tomb guard.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right there by the tomb door. And anybody comes up to it, he's going to breathe fire on them. So.
And
it's just the little things that this girl wants. Not much.
Yes. Simple. The simple life.
Yep.
Oh, God. Well, okay, guys. I think we've kind of let things run their course today. So thank you all for being here. And we'll be back next week. We don't know what's going to happen yet, but by golly, we're going to try to make it fun.
We'll be here.
Maria, thank you again, as always, for being here.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night, folks.